Hi and welcome. Now today I want to talk to you about when to say yes to exclusivity. So the question is always when we should say yes to an exclusivity. Obviously in today's market, the majority of the libraries are turning to exclusive, meaning that they really want to limit you or limit your compositions that you are giving to them to arrive into another library's database. So they want to reassure their deals that they are really the sole and only one representative, the sole representative of your compositions. But what is the danger behind this? Well, the biggest danger is that you are working some of the tracks, then you tied an exclusive contract deal with the library. The library takes your compositions and then nothing is happening. Meaning that that library, what is he doing is just trying to develop his portfolio to make his database a bigger one, but he's not really proactive with your tracks. So, in my opinion, of course, the best deal and the best thing to go exclusive is when an entity, a library, is very proactive, when he's asking something. Many times you can find on the market libraries that will ask for music because those libraries are creating a project. They are creating an album, a product, which they will then pitch, try to sell it, try to give to music super advisors, ad agencies, and so on and so forth, in order to have those tracks to be used. So that's really the best deal. So what they are doing, these companies, and this is really the best deal. The company, so this is one company, is creating an album. Like, for example, let's say they want to create an album that especially is good for trailers. So they create the idea of an album, okay? Album, and they say, I don't know, trailer music, hybrid trailer music, okay? Let's say hybrid trailer music, okay? So to have music, they will ask for composers. They will put out briefs. Where is briefs? Where? Because they have demanded, you can send out compositions. So you can send compositions. They will listen your compositions. If they really found that it's good for their project, they will work with you. Maybe you have to do some kind of changes, but they will accept your track. Now, when they are created this product, they decided, let's say, that they will accept, I don't know, 50 tracks. Okay? So they will accept 15 tracks. Now they will gather these 50 tracks because this company, and there you can already know if the company is serious or not. Accepting your music, he will ask alternatives, different mixes without drums, with drums and bass, underscore versions, and so on and so forth. So they will have multiple versions of your composition. So they will accept 15 tracks. They will create the product, the album, and then they will pitch this product, this album, online on their platform, but they have already direct relationships and connection with different entities, like I don't know, ad agencies, video production companies, music supervisors, and so on and so forth. So they will really pitch this album, and already because they are creating this album means that they have done their work. They know that there's a demand in the market for this kind of music. So when they have created this idea, this product, they already thought to everything. They knew that there's a demand, so they really researched the market. So when you are uploading your tracks and your track is really accepted in that project, in that album, you can be sure that your track will be used. Now, I don't know how much it will be used, but definitely if there's the limit of 15 tracks per album, the chances are really extremely high for you to have your music really used, leased from that album. So in this case, it's normally one to go exclusive because they want to make sure that that composition was made just for them, and what they are proposing there, that album, they have to propose to the companies like an exclusive deal, to propose and reassure the companies that they have the control over this composition, that is pre-cleared, and that they can use it without any problem. So this is one moment when you can go without any problem, or really exclusively, and it's really worth. And I really advise you, if you are a composer, singer, songwriter, beat maker, to try this one out. Find those companies where they creating albums and they are releasing briefs and they are accepting submission, but special for this kind of concept. This is really a way where exclusivity, it is ruling in your favor, and you can be sure that this company who is creating this product, this album, is accepting you and all the other 15 tracks and composers. He is not doing this work in vain. So it is for his interest then to try to get out the most of it, to try to pitch it and make those tracks to work for them. And if those track is working for them, obviously it will work for you also. So this is really the best deal and an exclusive deal. Now there's a second one. The second one, it's a little bit, it's the same thing like with the non-exclusive deals with the libraries, meaning that there are libraries who are working exclusively. They will accept your compositions only if you give them exclusivity. Now in that case also, it is a good deal, but however you have to be attentive. There are few things that you have to really check out when you are agreeing to this kind of deal. You have to check out if that company is really proactive, if he's doing something, and if his market, it's not a saturated one, because that company, that library, that library can pure and simple accept your track just to enlarge his portfolio, but he is not doing anything. And in that case, you have to be sure that your music that you are submitting is a music that is used. You have to see, you have to check out that library. There are multiple possibilities how you can check out the library. For instance, you can check out that library and see how many tracks do they have already in their portfolio, because if they have hundreds of thousands of tracks already in their portfolio, then again this becomes a lottery, a numbers game. Yes. Lottery. Numbers game, so lottery or numbers game. But this is the one thing that you really want to avoid. I mean, you don't want to your tracks again to take part in a business, in a deal where it's a kind of lottery and it's a numbers game, because the exclusive deal that means that that track you put and it's only on that one library. So if they have already thousands, hundreds of thousands of tracks, then you composing one track, two tracks, let's say 10 tracks, 20, 40 tracks in hundreds of thousands of tracks, it becomes again that lottery, that numbers game, where your chances of getting a deal, getting your tracks to be leased, it's really minimum. So you put out a lot of effort because you are creating, composing a track, but then the reward is it can be zero or it can be really minimum. So you have to make sure that that library has, it's a small library, it's just starting up. Because be careful, you can find a library who has a small number of tracks in their portfolio, like let's say, I don't know, 1000 or 5,000 tracks, and you can say, wow, that's a great deal, 5,000 tracks, I can submit, I can have my tracks, and 5,000 the chances of getting licensing deals, that can be really high. But then you can check out and you can see that that company, it's on the market from 2010, some 9 years, and he has only 500 or 5,000 tracks in his portfolio. Then you can put the question why in the period of 9 years his portfolio is still small. Because maybe because he's offering a bad deal, maybe because he's not proactive, maybe because he doesn't have clients enough, and so on and so forth. So it's not that easy to choose the right library. But in the case of number one, you are sure, you know, that that library is moving, is active, is proactive, and you know that, as I told you, it's really reassuring that he's creating an album, a product where they asking for music. Now, in this first part, there are some things that you have to be aware of, but generally that deal, it's a really good deal. You can be really sure that that creation, that what you have created, it's not in vain. It will, in one period, one moment, it will be used. I don't know how much it will be reused, but it will be used at least one time or 2 times or 3 times. But in this case, in the second, it's again, unfortunately, you go back to that lottery numbers game, and there you have to do your work, your homework really good. Meaning that in these libraries, in my opinion, of course, it is worth it if you go exclusively, but you have to check out that library. You have to see what is the best selling songs and try to create or see if your compositions are in the same mood, in the same quality, and in the same instrumentation. And in that case, you can try, because if your tracks are really close to those tracks that are the best selling on that platform, then you can have chances to get your music leased and licensed. So I hope this makes sense to you. In the next episode, we will talk about how can you find and how can you check out libraries and take a wise decision. How can you be sure that a library is active, that is working, and that there's a chance that your track will not sit and sleep there. It will not be in vain there, and you will not waste your precious time, and you will have some kind of reward. Thank you for watching. See you next time.